Okay, and then the idea that one solution does not fit all, it's not about a cookie cutter thing. So this looks beautiful up here on the stage, but you can't necessarily take this living room and just plop it in any old room or in any old house and expect it to look great. Because the styles might be different, it might need something different, and so that's something that we really do look at, is a custom solution for your house. Okay, so what does it cost to stage a home? Everybody wants to know. Well, it can be anywhere from $1,500 and up. The average home, you know, say about a 2,000 square foot house, costs about $2,500 to $3,500 to stage. Of course, it depends on the size and the scope of the house, because obviously depending on how many rooms that you want staged, and it all makes a difference and adds to the cost. $2,500 to $3,500, yes, that is a lot of money. I recognize that is a big investment, and you know, I don't have $2,500 in my pocket. You know, a lot of people are thinking, why should I spend that much money to stage a house? Well, you really do need to look at it as an investment. I think our realtor friends would tell us that, you know, you put your house on the market and it sits there. You don't get people coming through. A month rolls by. What do? Well, there's this little discussion that happens. Well, maybe it's time to lower the price, right? Well, most times you're not lowering the price by $2,000 or $3,000. Most times you're lowering it by a good percentage, 10%, 5%, 10% of the asking price. So now you're talking, you lower the price by $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. Well, staging in comparison really is a lot less than making those reductions. And I'll give you an example. This is a house that we staged, or that we saw in Pleasanton. This realtor came to me and said, you know, I've had this house on the market for a month. There really is very little interest. People are concerned about how they could use this space. They don't know, because it was, you know, these older homes, people remodel them, and sometimes it doesn't always make sense how, you know, when they take the walls down, what should I use this room for now? Because it's not the same as when the builder originally built the house. And so she said, you know, we're talking about reducing the price, we're talking about maybe staging it. And I said, well, here's my suggestion. I'll come in and stage it for you, and we'll make it look fabulous. And I would recommend you just leave the price where it is, and you know, see what happens. And if you can always change the price later, reduce it later. So we came in, we made the house beautiful, we made it make sense. So that the rooms actually looked like, oh, there was a purpose. So this is how I could set it up. And within 3 weeks, they had a great offer. They're in escrow. They've closed now, and they didn't lower their price. Right? So it does work. It's I know it is a big investment, but you do have to look at it as an investment and what your return is going to be. You get that back. Yes?
I'm currently selling my house, and obviously having worked for a stager in real estate for a long time, my house looks staged. And I live in a new development in the Lincoln area of northern Sacramento. And my house went on the market. There are 5 other models of my floor plan in this new area, and all of them have been sitting there, either foreclosed or short sale. None of them have furniture in it, and they've all been sitting there. Most of them have gone into foreclosure. They were in short sale. My house went on the market. In 3 weeks, I had an offer. Unfortunately, she fell out. Within 7 days, I had another at a higher rate than the first one, and my house is going to sell. The one across the street took 9.5 months to sell. It was lived in, and she lowered it 3 times. My offer was $10,000 more than the first one. So, and because it's a short sale, most of the time agents don't put pictures on the internet. Mine is a full virtual tour, obviously my own picture. And so the proof of that, even in a short sale, oh, we don't want to spend any money on a short sale, but you spend that little bit of money in the front end, and it's definitely paid off in my aspect compared to looking around my entire neighborhood of these houses that are gone into foreclosure because they couldn't sell.
Thank you. Yes? Oh, I'm sorry. So, okay. So the question was, are those costs? How long a time do you are those costs for, and how much of a homeowner's own furniture would you use if we came into stage? So my answer is, we're not cookie cutter. So everything is going to be specific to your house. So if you have furniture and the main bones of your furniture look great, great. We'll use your sofa, we'll use your dining room table. Maybe your dining room table looks great and you have chairs that match, but maybe the scale of it looks a little diminished or something. So we would use your table and we would bring in our own chairs that maybe have bigger or make more of a presence and a statement. So we can combine. As far as the cost, we offer the promotion of having it staged for 90 days. So you pay for the first month's rent and the setup, and then after 90 days, if it goes that long, then you would pay the monthly fee again. Okay? Yes. His photos are included in our package because we really want, because you know there are realtors out there that are trying to, they see the value in the staging, and so they think, oh well, it looks great staged, I'll just take my own photos. And really, I think you know, the homeowners benefit the most when they have the staging and they have the great photos, and that's what we want to represent as the staging. So we do include the photos in our staging package. Okay, thank you. All right, and so you know, we've been talking this whole time about the colors, about the setting, about selling it as a dream home. Obviously, you know, very few of us live like this on a day-to-day basis. It's very difficult to live in a house that looks staged all the time. But you can really see the difference, I think, I hope, between some of these houses that are staged and you have these great photos, and makes a big difference in your sale. Okay. This one was a really interesting one. This one is in Palo Alto, and it's not an Eichler home, but it's got that Eichler feel. Very modern lines, clean lines. You know, I just love that architecture myself. But look at these slate floors. They're slate floors. They had wood walls. You see the brick, exposed brick on the walls, the beams, and this empty just looks so cold. I mean, when the first time I walked in there and they were working on it, I feel like I walked in and I said, I feel like Wilma Flintstone in this house. You know, it's like caveman style because you've got the stone, the brick. It just felt cold. And putting our staging in here, it just was the wow. And this house sold within a week. You know, it was just amazing. So you will see our little vignettes and our little staging around various areas of the convention hall, and you'll probably see our posters. And so I guess I'll conclude by saying, do you have the right bait to make buyers bite? And so that it's the idea of getting your house looking great, having the great photos to represent your great looking house. Hopefully, if you don't, you'll give us a call and have us come in to make sure you do have the right bait. We have a booth right here just behind the stage, so if you're interested, you can come over and talk to us more about staging or design services as well.
At 12 noon, just a few minutes now, on the
Thank you very
activity main
much.
stage.
All right.